Well, the last charge for for Arsenal ahead of the City game has gone ahead to be revealed to us through the footage that Arsenal has gone ahead to release. These players have gone ahead to conduct their last training session and they're planning all the best for the game. They're going to be playing against Man City. That is tomorrow at the Etihad Stadium. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun and you're so much charged to see to it that he really be part of the game that Arsenal is going to be hosted by the side of Man City, that is tomorrow. Now the charge is on, and before we go into the charge, I would like to wish everyone a happy Easter Sunday, because as I speak right now, it's just hours to see to it that it clicks Easter or clocks Easter in my country. I don't know what it is in your country, but it's happy Easter to everyone and happy Easter holidays, and hope you regard it heavy. Hope you're gonna really enjoy it, and those that are really fasting and are Muslims, Ramadan Kareem. So let's see close to 400 likes matching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see that we hit the milestone of 20,600 subscribers. So let's continue to do the needful in here, and I love the support that you guys are really putting in through. Now, Mikel Arteta, before I really show you the footage as how it went down at the at the Sobha Reality Training Center, the following was said by Mikel Arteta. He was asked on the importance of Arsenal's game on Sunday's game in the context of the title race. Arteta said, "It's a massive game for both teams, that's for sure, because it will give us a huge push. Again, if we go there and win it, but I still feel there is a long way after to make all the ground to win." So he's really very optimistic, and also being like us, because we also know it's not an easy tie for Arsenal. However much I've come out and really said that Arsenal are favorites to win, that doesn't make it an easy one for the side of Arsenal. I tell you, it doesn't make it an easy one for the side of Arsenal to go ahead and really win that beautiful game of football. That means Arsenal needs to do more than what they think they should do to clinch this win. And that's what Arteta is talking about, that it will give Arsenal a huge push again if they go there and win. I explained that in the morning, that the moment Arsenal goes ahead to win, you know, they would have gone ahead to put themselves as the favorites to win this trophy, because I believe in the remaining games after they win against Man City, they can only lose to Man United. I've gone ahead to say that, you know, because they're going to be playing at Old Trafford. But the remaining teams are not all that big. You cannot tell me that Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa, Chelsea are really going to stop this side. Yet all those teams are going to be visiting the side of Arsenal. All those teams are going to be playing at the Emirates. That is it. So he's saying he feels there is a long way after to make all the ground to win it. So he believes that however much they are going to win, there is a lot of work that has to be done by the side of Arsenal to obviously get into the trophy winning bracket, because you'll be left with 9 games and you'll be wanting to win all of them, because at the moment you sleep a little bit, Liverpool will obviously have to take over. That is Arteta. Then he went ahead to be asked onto the following. He went ahead to be asked onto the belief Arsenal gained after beating City in October. He said, "We had some clashes as well in the FA Cup and Community Shields, and it is all great experiences. They have raised the bar in this league," right? They've raised the bar, that's right. "And I think in football in general too, to a level that hasn't been seen before. That's the beauty of sport. It makes you better and challenges you more. You have to keep up with the pace, and that's what we are trying to do." So he's like trying to say they are trying to keep up with the pace, especially for the side of Arsenal. And the 2 wins they've gone ahead to get against Man City have gone ahead to obviously uplift them spiritually and mentally, that City is a juggernaut and the best team in the world, but we can find means of obviously beating them. And the only thing they're left with is to obviously go ahead and really beat that side at the City, sorry, at the Etihad Stadium. That's the only thing they're left with. If they can find out and really, if they can figure out a system to beat them, the better. And that's what Mikel Arteta is really working on. But he believes that is going to obviously gather up pace in the players of Arsenal. It is going to give them the best of belief they deserve to knock out this team of Man City. And he is really one of those people that are totally charged to really win and really clinch this into the best way possible. So that's all about Mikel Arteta, and that's what he had to say in there for you. And lastly, before you go into the footage that has been given to us by the Arsenal side, Arteta was asked on if things feel differently than when Arsenal last played at the stadium of Man City, that is Etihad. He said, it's different, momentum is different. That's what he went ahead to say. That it's different and momentum is different. We had certain results and some big injuries in the moment, but those experiences are there to learn from. Sometimes you have to clap the opponent when they are better than you, and that was the case on the day. Learn from it and challenge yourself to be better. So he has gone ahead to admit that the fact is that side of Man City was better, and it edged Arsenal in the 2 games they went ahead to play last season at the Etihad Stadium. FA Cup, the game ended 1-0. Nathan Ake was the man responsible for the goal, and then later Arsenal went ahead to play in the Champions League, in the Premier League, and guess what happened? What happened was simple. Arsenal found themselves in a position of really losing 4-1, and I think they find themselves in a better position than they were into when they went ahead to lose 4-1. They are a more strong side, they are a more focused side. The last time they played them, they never had Saliba, they never had Declan Rice, they never had Julian Timber, they never had Kai Havertz, they never had David Raya, but they're having all those players with them into the system right now. And I tell you what, it's really a different team altogether. So let's obviously get into the footage that has been going to be given to us by the side of Arsenal. And when you notice, you really understand that a little bit of the footage on the green grass is not going to be released. That means they're hiding something, I tell you. They don't want to see to it that they release those photos that has the other players. But I think those players are going to travel with the side of Arsenal. Jesus and Odegaard in the gym. Obviously, they first gym every morning before they get into or onto the green grass. They're really gymming. Then Odegaard obviously trying to really warm up in the gym before he stepped up onto the field of play. That is the green grass in down there. Then Jorginho all smiles, one of those people that are going to be pivotal in the game of Arsenal versus Man City, and he needs to obviously come up and really get himself into that game because of his experience and how he can curb a lot into that game. Then I'm seeing Declan Rice, Tomiyasu, Reece Nelson, El Nini, Saliba, Jakub Kiwior, and Odegaard walking to the Sobha reality training green grass ground, doing the needful down that side. But Benjamin White, ever tying that knee, meaning that something's not okay with it, but is going to have to really force himself to play with it throughout. Odegaard on the green grass as Reece Nelson and Emily Smith Rowe watch on as the man decides to obviously do what he has to do into that beautiful training session that really capped or epitomized their preparations for the side of Arsenal. Odegaard Martin, very important into that tie that City is going to be hosting Arsenal. Kai Havertz and Saliba, these two are really going to be very important and pivotal in what Arsenal is going to do defensively and offensively. He's the one of those people that you really look at and really understand that he can really come up and create lots of chances for the club of Arsenal. That is Kai Havertz, and Saliba is a Rolls Royce and a rock into that central defense, and we anticipate the best of output from the main man, that is William Saliba. Then David Raya, goalkeeper, obviously returning from the Spanish side, and we all know that he is gonna clinch the number 1 spot of Arsenal, as he is doing it at Spain, taking off Unai Simon from that position, and a lot is really gonna be put up to the run. That is David Raya for you, doing the needful into the training session there. Then Reece Nelson obviously battling it up for the ball and trying to focus a little bit further and further and further to put in a well required shift for the Arsenal training to prove to the manager that, please, I really deserve a chance to start into your team, Mr. Arteta in there. Then Arteta comes in through to obviously issue instructions during the last training sessions preparation for Man City, and he's like having a plan that will really try to see to it that Arsenal gains a W at the Etihad Stadium, not an L in there. Then Zinchenko, man of the season, best press-resistant player at the side of Arsenal, and he was trying to obviously run through players and really find out a pass. He's one of those players that I wouldn't like Mikel Arteta to risk in this game, unless otherwise going to play him into the midfield. But if he doesn't play him in the midfield, I see no reason as to why he should really play him down that side. So for me, Zinchenko should watch this game on the bench. I'm sorry to say, if I told you a love of Zinchenko, however much he was playing at City, he knows them very well, but he can act as the weak link for Arsenal to obviously concede goals. You've got to hate to see it that Arsenal is not going to hate to concede very many recently because of the leaking side of the left back being closed. It was plastered very well, and I think it's now covered in a very hot, in a very hard substance that no one can go through with Jakub Kivio. And with Tomiyasu returning, I think Zinchenko has no chance to start in a game like that. I think he can start in the game of Luton Town, but this one, he's not welcome. I think so. Ramsdale celebrating and running in celebrations. They know what he's going to do, but it was a happy moment. You see, Arteta was smiling, Declan Rice was smiling in there for you, and the reason for their smiling was not really known. So that is Aaron Ramsdale, who is expected to leave Arsenal in the near future in the summer transfer window, as he's expected to really leave this side and really look for a side that is going to be playing him on a regular basis. That is the man himself, known as Aaron Ramsdale. Then Tomiyasu, Emily Smith-Rowe, and Eddie Nketiah obviously try to hug one another in celebration of the exciting moment that really happened in the due course of the game. So that is it. And out of these three, I saw no one. I think the only one that could start is Tomiyasu if the manager decides that Jakub Kivio cannot come in through to do the needful. Then Jesus, I told you in the match preview, I would really put him onto the bench with Martinelli to see to it that they come off the bench and have a better plan B for the side of Arsenal. That is it. Then Jakub Kivio, this man is going to hate to prove very many doubters wrong, and he's doing a very fantastic effort, day in, day out, and nothing is really going to stop him from obviously clinching what he has to clinch at Arsenal. Brought in as a left center back, but we all know his capabilities. He can play in the midfield. He can also play as a left back. That is Jakub Kivio for you. And out of the three positions, he has gone here to settle in as a left back for the side of Arsenal, courtesy of the injuries of Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, and the man himself, who goes by the names of Julian Timber, who would have gone ahead to play into that role, but they've been out. He has utilized the chance. It has been a blessing in disguise for Jakub Kivio, and you've gone ahead to see how good this player is. I went ahead to really hail him very many times, and people were like, no way you are hailing him. He's not good. Kai Havertz and Trossard expected to be the front two of the front three to obviously play part into that game of Arsenal versus Man City at Etihad. They're really smiling. Kai Havertz coming through in a very huge charge, scoring for his national team. For Leandro Trossard, he never really looked good when they are playing against. He never really looked good when they're playing against England, and which other side they played. Was it Switzerland? He never really looked good, but finally he's here to obviously get back to his foot into the mix. This is Tomiyasu smiling, Benjamin White smiling, and Jakub Kivio, and they are really happy to do the needful. And for the side of Tomiyasu, is smiling because they went ahead to extend his contract. By the way, for any player who was having injuries like Tomiyasu, to be rewarded a contract at Arsenal, it acts as a boost. I don't know whether Arsenal rewarded him a contract to see that they obviously find out money to sell him. I don't know, but it's really exciting for Benjamin White. Obviously, in the last Premier game they played against Brentford, they put in a brace of assists, and he should be one of those that are really excited about this. Tomiyasu, Benjamin White again in the mix, obviously trying to look on, and Thomas Partey trying to smile. One of those tools that Arteta has at his disposal to expose the side of Man City over the weekend. That's going to be tomorrow. Thomas Partey either starts or he doesn't start. I don't know, but I know he's going to play a very huge part into that game of football, because if you want to shield the back four and you're leading and you want to obviously control the midfield, he comes in through to do the needful. If you want him to really come in through and really add on numbers going forward, he can do the needful, and in by so doing can bring him on to play as a number 6 or a CDM, and then you let the guy Declan Rice to play as a number 8, doing the box-to-box role for the side of Arsenal. That is it. And lastly, Gabriel Jesus all smiles with El Nini during the last preparations of the training. So guys, that's what I had for you here onto the Rokani Media Football. Those are the Arsenal last preparations that they obviously take on Man City tomorrow. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. I still insist, it's all about Man United. It's all about Arsenal winning the game of football, and I think Man City can best get a draw. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living God bless you abundantly. Happy Easter Sunday, the Muslims. Ramadan Mubarak. Rokan David is my name. Continue to subscribe. We out.